Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Real Word Show. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's at home that's watching us. Shout out to the Brick Network for hosting us still after 3 seasons. Shout out to everybody that follows on Instagram at The Real Word TV on Instagram. That's The Real Word TV on Instagram. At The Real Word 7 on Facebook and The Real Word TV, one word, on YouTube. And check our website, www.therealwordministriesinc.org. That's www.therealwordministriesinc.org. But we got 2 special guests in the house tonight. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
Yes, AJ back on the show. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, you got me, Cameau, again. You know, what's up? What's up? How's the people?
So shout out to the 2 gentlemen that's, reoccurring guests that came on today. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to Pastor Cameau. He couldn't be here with us today. There's a lot going on, I guess, in the world right now. But I guess the most obvious is the shooting in Texas and Ohio.
Elaborate.
It was a mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas, was it?
Yeah.
So I think a total of 26 people got killed over the weekend.
That, and there was another shooting the past week too that took place
in LA, I think.
Yeah, like it's been crazy. I think it was it's just crazy what's going on with these shootings and that's going on. People coming out. It's like,
is guns legal in LA?
No, they said the guy bought the gun, I think, in Vegas or somewhere, and then he drove to LA from where he bought the gun.
The crazy thing is these are like young dudes too. Like a lot of the shooters, like 19-year-old.
They don't got no rules, man. They don't got no.
And somehow he bought his guns legally, and it's crazy because I was listening to the radio last night, and it was like, oh, the dude actually had made a kill list and a rape list in high school. And then, like, the way he found out about it is because the girl...
Oh, he was plotting.
Yeah, it is. Like, he put, like, all the names of the dudes he would kill, all the names of the girls he would rape. And then the girl, one of the girls on the list found out about it, told her mom, and they suspended him for a whole year from school and whatever like that. But like...
Oh, nah.
Yeah, so dude had issues early.
But even when you go to the gun range, right, you see a certain group of people, it'll be the same group of people that's always there. And it's mostly young white males at the gun range, and they're shooting guns legally. They're buying guns from Walmart, believe it or not, legally. And in some states it's easier. Rihanna was quoted saying this. She said that it's easier to get an AK-47 than it is to get a Visa card.
Wait. I'm still on Walmart. You could get guns from Walmart?
Yeah, you could get hunting guns down south.
Yeah, it used to be easier back in the day.
They just walk in, huh?
You go in and purchase it. That's how it is. Even though I was listening to the radio too, like, even to like, you know how they try to make weed legal now and everything. So like, they got the dispensary, but if you wanted to have your own marijuana business, whatever, that's harder than
they don't want
getting a gun nowadays. Like they'll tie you up in so much paperwork for years. To try to get a gun, and you can't even legally own a weed business or weed or cannabis oil type of business and anything like that.
Money is everything, man. Money is everything. They don't want you making your own money and surviving on your own ways.
Because the thing about marijuana now, it's legal in certain states, but federally it's still illegal. So you could have it legal in your state, and the federal government could still come and arrest you.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it is too. Cause like I know like the federal government jobs, like it gets tricky there too. Cause like I seen this thing one time that they like to put out if people they get in trouble, they get in trouble for it. And one guy he went to Colorado for work, and then he legally bought weed and he legally used it. But because it's not legal federal-wise, the job still caught him up and fired him. But what tripped me up is that so he got caught with the weed, like buying legal weed and using it and got fired. But some other dude that got in trouble, DUI, just got suspended. So I'm like
they really punish you for weed and drinking. Like,
so I'm like,
they fired him for a spliff.
So who knows? I mean, if he lied about it, like he
probably had an eighth on him.
He probably lied about it. Like if you lie about it, then it's like that. That's like the ultimate no. But if he didn't and they just found out about it, then for that. But I'm like,
they would have still got rid of him.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's crazy. And it's like even though it was legally bought at a legal place, it's still not legal federal wise, so like stuff like that. Just like
so what if he got a lawyer? It would be real expensive, right?
It probably would be like
$500,000 for bail. Cause
they probably try to settle with him, maybe, or maybe tie him up in litigation and see what happens.
Yeah,
till you run out of money, then you just give up.
And they keep pushing until you run out of money.
Because federal cases is expensive to fight.
Yeah.
There was one guy, I forget his name, he was in the mob. He was the only guy that was in the mob that never snitched, never got killed, and that was able to beat the feds. I think he said he beat the feds 3 times, and then they caught him because the guy snitched on him. But he said he spent like $1.5 million on just legal fees.
Yo.
Is it even worth it?
That's what happens. Like even with the whole TK case, even TK, the guy that got arrested because he killed somebody, and while he's on the run, he made the song about being on the run.
Oh yeah, the rapper guy.
Yeah. So like, of course, they used that against him too. But like, they were saying he made like $700,000 off that song, whatever. And they were trying to say like the victims is trying to, the victim family trying to sue him for like the royalties so they could get the money in civil court. But it was like, he made $700,000 off that song, but he spent like $550,000 in court, like trying to like, fight everything.
He lost all the money he made.
Yeah.
Damn.
Even though like, he still got like 55 years in prison for murder and everything.
He only gonna be like 70, and keep himself in shape.
It was one young rapper that killed his friends, and then he drove around with the friend's body with the car.
The Hawaiian man. Melly, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and then he tried to fake like they got killed someplace else. I'm like, yo, these kids are playing too much wild video games and doing all these
like
crazy stuff. Like,
you drive with the dead bodies in the car.
I blame Grand Theft Auto, man. I knew it was all downhill from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, like they bugging out.
That ain't Call of Duty.
It made it too much fun to be a criminal.
Yeah, and this kid's playing Fortnite like 18, 24 hours a day, like straight. And it's like all you're doing is shooting. So of course when you turn the game off, it's like
you have it, yeah.
And then you lose a grip on reality sometimes.
That's true.
Even the kid in Walmart, they said he had his list, right? But then he was also going through Walmart like he was in a video game.
A lot of people are not like really out there, like they're in their heads, like
and that's sad, bro. Like that's sad.
And
everybody living this fake life because of social media and video games.
Nah, it just has to do with mental health. I was even watching that show Grownish, and they had an episode about it because a kid like started overdosing on pills. But like you really see, especially with the black kids, what's going on. That's why I like that show because it actually shows like black people represented in college and going through that life, and like these young black kids with all the pressure and they going through that stuff. And even though some kids pop pills
how many
because they think it's the way.
That show is in? Because I feel like all the good shows is like 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's in the second right now, so hopefully it gets that one more.
Yeah,
it'll be alright, but
I know the deal.
But it's good. It's been on for Black. Black has been on for a minute, so hopefully that one stays on. But like he was talking about, like man, he would just be going through like stages of depression or anxiety where they feel like they don't want to do this no more. They just thinking like
this
is
is so much.
Yeah, it's not real. So some people just want to take their own life. Other kids want to take other people's lives and think like
some people want to imagine a different life.
There's a lot of young kids that like are contemplating suicide and that's going through depression, and the way a lot of them is dealing with it is weed, obviously. And they all smoking together now, and these kids are smoking at a younger age, and they smoking like higher weed, like now THC is like 94%, 90% THC, especially with the oils.
Back in the days, it used to be rare to get these things. Now they just got it on demand. Like, let me get one. Let me get one.
At the corner store.
Let me get one. Yeah. They get in. We used to get like what cookies. These guys are like, let me get a spliff. Like,
bro. We used to have to drive to different boroughs, bro.
It wasn't that common. Now it's too accessible.
Yeah.
They got options. It's unlimited for them. They're going off. I actually feel the same way about music. Looking at Aga made me think about that. Like music with the Tekka guy or Mecca or whatever his name. It's just too accessible to them. He making music. He ain't even live yet.
Yeah, he's funny because like he even says like I don't do that. I just stay home and make music. Then he made a whole song, and then like how Genius on YouTube breaks down the lyrics, and he's going through every lyric like but I ain't do that. But that ain't true. I ain't never been there. I'm just rapping every line like I ain't do that. And it's funny because then that white dude, I forgot his name, but that white dude that came out with that trap song one time, Slim Jesus. Like, he
Slim Jesus.
He was like that little white boy that came out making trap music. He was like, I'm not hating off Lil Tekka, but that's kind of messed up how y'all was hating off me. But he out here capping in his music, and y'all not saying nothing to him. I'm like, well,
that's a fact.
But that's a fact. but most of the rap game, most rappers are liars because they said rap is 90% entertainment and 10% business. Like,
true. It's an exaggeration, but you could feel some people telling the truth. Like,
but like some dudes be like, oh, I spent $250 on a chain. Like I don't think they're spending $250,000, $500,000 on a chain. I think they claim, the jeweler could claim that this is what this diamond is worth, but I don't think that's what they're paying. And the fact that they're wearing it and shouting out the jeweler,
renting,
they probably get a discount too from the jeweler.
Yeah. Remember they
advertisement. It's advertisement.
Yeah.
They used to rent it and give it back. You know, get the chains and give it back to the jeweler.
Exactly. Jacob the jeweler, like he used to do it, and then we found out that he was selling coke on the side the whole time.
Now, what I don't like is that, like,
that's La Marina, man. La Marina being gone took away my summer.
Wow. Why they shut down?
Yeah, the owner was selling drugs, man.
That and
where
and
inside the La Marina? It looked like it, bro.
What it looked like? What are you trying to say, man?
He was trying to bribe politicians.
He was
a gangster.
He was on some shit, you know.
He in jail?
Probably, most likely.
He probably gotta go to court, but they shut down La Marina though.
Yeah, they did it like last year, September or something.
Yeah, because I haven't heard about La Marina in a long time. And rappers never rap about it no more.
There, man.
Bro, you could tell. You could tell that they selling coke in there, bro, because of all the Spanish people in this one, and then two, you see all the foreign cars parked outside. Three,
I thought it was just people with money, man.
And there's mad people up there from Miami. And then like everybody has a rollie. You're like, what's going on over here?
I like the vibes.
Bro, like people's getting money out there, bro. And I remember one time I met this guy in the bathroom in La Marina. He was like, yo, you know, we go to Miami, we come up here and then we go back to Miami, come back up here, you know, we making money. I love this place, man. Every time I come here, I make even more money. I feel so good. I'm like, yeah, this guy look like he's high on coke.
They don't, and those be the worst, because they do be getting access to money. They just give it right back though.
Yeah.
They don't keep it and do nothing with it.
Like when we went there, like them VIP sections was like $1,000, right? Or at least like a couple thousand.
Mind you, outside. Yeah, mind you, outside.
It's like 1,200.
I ain't gonna lie, I sat in a couple of them. Shout out to the people that be sat in. I was not paying $1,000. Like, even if I got it.
But people were, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you know, people, social media, bro.
Too, like them people be having bread, like the Middle Eastern looking type people.
Oh yeah,
like they were there chilling.
Oh, the foreigners.
But some of them be black though. Yeah. But I think it was a place where like people with money came to link up, because it was like a little Miami.
I like the vibe.
In the city.
All summer. Let's go.
Yo, it was so packed, bro. I remember when we had to drive like dumb far, park the car, take an Uber to get into La Marina, because parking was so bad.
Son, parking was terrible out there, son.
But that's why I made that parking spot when we went that time.
Listen, ever since Aga joined the feds, man, he's just been abusing the law, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
We don't know what he's talking about right now. We're just gonna leave that.
He showed me new parking spots, man. I'm like, yo, this man knows the law well. He was like, listen, that's not past the line.
So what y'all think about the current climate? Because a lot of people are blaming Trump for it, and a lot of people are wishing that they had Obama back. Because when they compare Donald Trump and Obama, it's like night and day. Do you guys blame all this violence in America on Trump?
I mean, I'd say like definitely like the overt stuff is definitely night and day. Like what's going on versus like I feel like Obama was the alright. Let's keep the peace. Let's chill out. Let's be cool. Have a guy, and Trump is
Obama was definitely
and Trump is like more of like let's
forget the peace. Forget the peace.
Incite this riot. Like like these foreigners they could come in here and they're doing all this, that, and the third, blah blah. But like as far as like their policies and stuff like that, like I feel like it's like a lot of stuff is very similar in that aspect. But it's just that what you see on TV and how they speak and what they're
actually thinking.
The
way they speak is like entertainment wise.
Because they said that Obama deported over 20,000 people during his presidency, and no one really knows about that.
Because it wasn't a big thing.
I think they said he did over 200 drone strikes. Like when the drone airplanes just shoot up villages for no reason, and they be going for one person, and then they find out that the person wasn't even there
all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know, like he would do that in secret. But if it's Trump, he would just be like, we're gonna bomb everybody over there, and then they'd be like, oh my gosh, Trump is talking about that. But like, you know, so one person is just like, I'm gonna keep my business, and the other person, he just walking around being brash and everything. But definitely like with people that think they could do more stuff, like they always say like the lower middle class white people or the poor white people, like those are the most dangerous people because those are the ones that feel inspired. They could come up and say what's on their mind and do whatever they want to do now.
Loose. Yeah, loose cannons.
Yeah, they're the ones that feel like they're a backbone, and like if they're down, it's somebody taking their jobs because they probably feel like, oh, they, you know, if you are uneducated or whatever, like all those minimum wage jobs, like that's all they could qualify for. But like, oh no, this
shout
person,
to Walmart.
Yeah, they're like, oh, but this immigrant person in here taking this job. Oh, that mean they taking my job. I'm like, oh, but like,
yeah, two different fields. Like,
yeah, like, you know, it don't make no sense. But that's what's going on. And then like, even I see you got Yahoo about, like I go through Yahoo articles every day. I be looking in the comment section and like I know these people that's commenting like older white people that like they and then you know their views, like they always comment on it. If it's something that has to do with race, automatically, oh, we don't know the full story yet. They trying to
it's like they live.
Yeah, it's almost like the same thing all the time. If you go on World Star, like they just violating each other. Speaking of that, right? What do you guys think about Donald Trump basically threatening Sweden to set free ASAP Rocky? Because he was like, if you don't set free ASAP Rocky, then the U.S. and Sweden gonna have problems in regards to how they do business. So do what's right, because we did a lot for you, Sweden. Just let ASAP Rocky come on.
Yeah, I think you're just talking ish. I mean, there's really nothing he could have actually done, but like, and I think Sweden, so Sweden is like that kid that got bullied, but they don't want to seem like they get, you know, punked. So they're like, yo, we're not gonna listen to what you're gonna say. Like, they probably would have let Rocky go earlier if people was just being cool with it, like Trump didn't say nothing, but like, cause they didn't want to seem like they was getting punked. Like, all right, we're gonna hold them till like trial starts.
You know, Trump is like a bully, you know, bully guy.
Like, cause look how fast the trial came and went. Like he was only held for like a few weeks. The trial was 2-3 days, and then boom, now he's out.
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, so like, I mean, they didn't sentence him yet, but like they let him go. Like,
yeah, he's not gonna go back. What they gonna say? We ban you?
Like the only way they could try to do is like ask for extradition, and like Trump not gonna be like, we're gonna extradite Rocky to you guys. Nah, you're not gonna do that.
No.
Sweden and Norway and one more place, they're like the best cities though in terms of financially. Like they're equal in terms of pay. My girl was
and Switzerland too.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Make a lot of money.
It's like the way they have their system is, you know, everyone's making close to the same amount of money, so it doesn't matter much about where you work. It's just about you following your dreams. So the people are happier out there in a sense of, you know, America, you know, follow your dreams and shit.
So recently, on this block, as a matter of fact, it was an Uber driver driving a Toyota Camry, and he was Indian, and there was a white guy in a white pickup truck. So they were at the stop sign, and the Uber driver had to stop because people were crossing the street. So the guy in the pickup truck just started yelling, "So move your car, you fat bastard!" Blah blah. Started yelling at him, and then he was like, "Yo, blah blah." But the Indian guy had like an Indian accent. He's like the stereotypical Indian guy Uber driver. So the guy was like, "Yo, move your fat
They make for
self,
great conversation.
blah blah this and that." And the guy was like, "No, blah blah." And the guy was like, "Go back to your country, you effing immigrant. Go back to your country, you fat bastard. Go back to your country." And then the Indian guy was like, "Oh, you're a racist, you're a racist." Then I guess the blackness came out of him because he started saying the N-word and this and that. And then the white guy was like, "Get out the car, get out the car." He was like, "No, I'm not getting out. You get out, you get out, you get out." Then the guy spit on the guy's car. The white guy spit on the Indian guy's car because the white guy's in the pickup truck sitting up high up.
He probably could have got it through the window if he ain't.
So then the other guy, he tried to spit back on the guy's car, but he missed him. "You can't even spit, you fat bastard." And then he was like, "Yo, blah, blah." And then he's like, "What? I got something for you." Then he goes into his change, the thing in the car, takes all the change and throws it at the Indian guy's
somebody
face.
told me that's a strategy. Like, people take the change and throw it at people. And stuff. Like, that's why they save the change.
So it hits the guy in the face now, and then he speeds off. So then the Indian guy starts chasing him, and they're going around in circles, driving crazy in the neighborhood. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is what the atmosphere of America is now. And then this other lad was like, at least it's not us.
Nah, I'm happy you brought that up, because even with the kids, everyone's like mad tense. Like, they're ready to fight over things that you could let go. You could let this shit go. You don't have to fight about it.
Yeah, especially here, like That reminds me of the thing that happened. What was it last night? And the guy with the MAGA hat in the city that got punched in the face because he had the MAGA hat on. They said, and I think he got pushed and punched or whatever. And then I think they beat him up just because he had the hat on or whatever. But I'm like, then that is kind of messed up because like you know, we already know what the MAGA hat represents, but it's like low key those people are acting like the people that weren't rocking the MAGA hat by attacking this dude that's rocking it. Because I mean, he got the MAGA hat on, but it doesn't mean like
he's not behaving like them. You're the one who's behaving like them.
But the crazy part about it is, it wasn't even Trump that came up with the slogan "Make America Great Again." It was Bill Clinton. He was like, "Let's make America great again."
And Trump is just,
Trump took that part and then put it into his.
I think it's social media too. I think it's just easier to get everything out there. So it's like it's kind of like before we used to hear things, before technology, probably twice. Then tech got into it, you hear it 10 times. Now with social media, I feel like I'm hearing it like 12,000 times in my head, the same situation. So it's over and over.
Somebody saying low volume.
Yeah, like that's what definitely happened. Even with that, like I don't know if you guys seen that Mario Lopez situation.
Mario Lopez, explain.
Yeah, so like basically what happened with that is so
volume's cool. If the volume's still low, just let us know, all right? Thank you.
Yeah, so there was like an actress who was saying that like, yeah, she was raising her kid, and then like when her kid was like, 3 or 4 years old, the mother was like, she like, oh, I thought it was a girl, but he looked at me, was like, no, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, and like blah blah. And then so he was being interviewed by Kamala Harris on her podcast, and then he was just saying like, as long as love is into it, like that's all that matters, but like letting a 3-year-old determine their own, sex or gender at that age, when 3-year-olds just say whatever they want to say, that's it's kind of dangerous because the kids like they don't know like kids, they say sometimes they're a dinosaur, they say they're this, that, and third, they never know, they want to dress up, blah blah, and and that's all he said, so you need to just be careful, like not to let the kids be the kids, and then like when they get older, you got that conversation, and then of course the Twitter warriors came at him like, yo, you're so ignorant. What you say is offensive and it's dangerous to
what type of people those people are.
And then like I got disappointed because he backtracked quick. He apologized next day like, yo, I made a very ignorant statement. I learned a lot, but which came as BS because like, how much did you learn in less than 24 hours from what you?
You
learned a lesson when he got that phone call.
He got shook.
And listen, you on a lot of TV shows. Chill out.
Because he be on entertainment, the extra stuff on like channel 2 or whatever channels they are, and like so that's what he was saying. He was like, you just had a conversation with Kamala Harris. He's like yeah, like 2, 3, 4-year-old, like they say anything.
I disagree with it all the time, every time, man. I'm not for it.
And that's what's crazy. If they feel the type of way, like you never really know, because like kids say a lot of things.
They don't even know what's going on.
They don't.
Like you can't tell them. You can't make them make a life decision at 3 or 4 years old.
That's grown-ups manipulating. A perfect example would be Angelina Jolie and her kid. Like one day, her daughter wanted to dress like a boy, and then she just kept dressing her as a boy till this day. So it was like
she forced it. Like I think that's
can't
messed up.
Kids make their own decision. That's like asking a kid, "Oh, so do you want to have a parent today or not?" Like,
Pretty much.
Like, do you want to get punished today?
No. Listen, some kids go back and be like, "I don't want a mommy right now." Like what? Like you take what you got. Like
sometimes they claim things are theirs that's not theirs, or they claim like somebody did something to them, or somebody, or like they own this, or they did something.
It's
and
that
like,
whole delusional world thing going on. It's like nobody wants to be in the world we live in. Like, you're a boy, be a boy.
But kids are encouraged to use their imagination.
That is true.
But adults know how to manipulate imagination of the child. That's the difference.
Let's be real. It's the pedophiles. There's something wrong with you when you want a kid to make a sex decision. Like, let's be real. Like,
speaking of that, R. Kelly's being charged left and right in all type of states. Like he was charged in Chicago, he was charged in New York. Now he's being charged in Missouri.
Is more relevant than Jay-Z being a billionaire. Like,
but it's like now you look at it as this guy went on tours. You understand? Yeah. So every city he probably went to, he probably molested an underage girl. And you know how the game goes. Once one come out, all of them come out at one time. And if they got Bill Cosby, I'm sure they could get R. Kelly.
Now, you know what's so crazy? So I was talking to this girl, and then she was saying like, yo, like, you know, it's so crazy, the R. Kelly thing. Like, when I was like 15, 16, like me and my friend, like her father took her and her friend to an R. Kelly concert, and it was in the front. And then, like, you know, R. Kelly was pulling up girls to come on stage or whatever, and they was trying to go up. And then, like, the security day was like, nah, how old are y'all? And then she told him the age. The guy was like, nah, blah, blah. So after that, the concert's over. One of the dudes from his entourage came and was trying to be like, yo, R. Kelly wants you guys, he wants you two to come backstage.
Oh, man.
And then he trying to tell him to come backstage.
She's
and then,
R. Kelly, girl.
and then that's, but the security dude that was there the first time told him, no, he doing like, him like, nah, they good. They too young. And the guy was trying to like, nah, it's cool, it's all right. Like he wants to see them. And dude's like, nah, like, trust me, like, they're too young. And like, and the dude was trying to say like, nah, it's all right, it's all right. Like he wants them backstage. And the dude's like, nah, they're good. Like, you know, that's like, nah, like,
oh, don't let him in.
Yeah. And then so
he fought for it. That's what's up.
Yeah. So like, if it wasn't for that dude, like, who knows? Like, if I, you know, a 50, 60-year-old girl, like, he didn't care. He was just like, yo, let me just find whoever and tell him come backstage.
But again, a common narrative is the father brings them to the R. Kelly. Why is the pops bringing them to R. Kelly? Like, you raising daughters to bring them to R. Kelly? What, you trying to cash out? And that's what some people say a lot of the fathers did.
Selling their souls, son.
Not selling their souls.
Selling their daughter.
Yes, selling their
But they're selling their soul too, because, like, to be a father, your whole job is to protect your daughter. Like, you out here selling her out. Like, you're selling your whole responsibility as a father.
But I don't think some guys care. Like, some guys do anything for money. Like, that's obvious. Just like the guys that sell drugs to their own moms.
I mean, China's doing something like that, but at least they doing it for their country, not just.
I thought you were talking about Black China.
Oh, no.
That's another one.
Like DJ Khaled.
And her mother. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't watch that show.
I just see some clips of my shit on Facebook, and it's like.
See, it's like certain shit you can't even avoid.
Nah, but you know what's crazy? Even with that Black China clip that I saw with the mother, like, was just verbally abusing her and everything, and then I seen it on Instagram too, like how, like, they say, like, society never want to talk about that toxic mother, because, like, you already know how especially in our community, like we always praise our moms, whatever, like, but a lot of times
about the dad.
Yeah, but a lot of it's a lot of times, like, it's like a in our society, like, nobody mentions that toxic mother that's there, that, like, literally sells that they pimp their daughter or take advantage of their sons, or, like, drive their kids from not going to school to, like, just working and taking their money for rent. Like, that happened with my ex. Like, her mother used to verbally abuse her OD, would go in the mailbox and take her refund checks and be like, nah, this is my money. Like, it used to be like, yo, like, you gotta come up with the money for the bill for this house. And like you feel like, yo, and it's like a lot of mothers that's like that, but, like, nobody talks about them. Like, the mothers that like don't watch their kids, violate the kids, bring whatever dude around their kids that touch their kids, and then, like, they ignore it. They be like, oh, I just want to be happy. Or you lying? Like, you trying to mess up my happiness? Like, like, you know, like, it's like nobody mentions them at all, because like, you know, that goes against that narrative, you know, of like having that, you know, like, no matter what, you gotta, you know,
love your mama, you know.
But, like,
women, I think that's more so because we can't talk bad about women, in a sense. We can't say anything really bad about them without it turning into, you know. I
met a few guys that didn't like their mothers, and some women, a few women that didn't like their mothers. There was a girl I dated when I was younger. She had a crazy mother, and I'll be with her, and we be laid up, and they be like late at night, and the mom is calling, asking, "Oh, where's the seasoning? Where'd you put it?" And she's like, "Mom, did you check the cabinet in the kitchen?" And then she be like, "Oh, I found it. She's like, well, "What you doing? Is that boy over there? I'm gonna come over right now." She's like, "No, Mom, don't come.
No privacy, like."
But her mom had her own house, bro. Her mom didn't live with her.
And she was still like that? Like,
she would call her, like, bro. That? We would be there.
She would probably sense the happiness. It was like, yo, let me go interfere with. But, like, that's what Cameau was saying. Like, you can't really criticize women like that nowadays, because it's either like you'll be attacking them with shaming them or something. It's like, yo, you can critique somebody so they could do better without bashing them. Like if you just,
God forbid it comes from a man.
Yeah, like, you know, like, cause that's what happens.
But they criticize us all the time.
I know, that's the crit, but that's just, in a sense, I hate to put it, but it's like, you know, we're held to a higher standard, I think. Honestly, because
definitely, because like, say if we don't quote unquote
wait, y'all said y'all held to a higher standard.
Rickard just abandoned us. He said y'all.
I mean, no, I want to hear.
Yeah, like men are held to a higher standard than women because it's kind of like we get bashed regularly. Like you can't really bash a woman,
even expected to take it in stride
and get better. Like why are you not getting better? Why are you not getting better? But a woman, you can't really bash a woman
like you gotta be sensitive, or like you can't say that, or like it's like you can't generalize, but it's okay if you generalize men.
You can't say a woman's being a bad mom because it's gonna be like, well, where's the father? You know,
or you don't know what it is to be a mom, and it's not a third. But like you can see bad actions and bad characteristics and personalities from you don't gotta be in somebody's shoes to know what something look like. You understand?
You could be in a bad situation, but you don't gotta act bad. Like
the other day, I seen a meme on Instagram. Shout out to Adrian because I think Adrian put it up. He said
luxury.
He said that a woman expects a man to be making between 50 to 100K a year, have 3 degrees, have a car, have his own place, and have over 20,000 in the bank. And what they bring into the table, but it's like, do women have such high standards, or does men have such low standards? Because we as men, as long as the booty fat, like we're like, alright.
But you know what?
You had a good point there.
But it's so weird because then you'll see a girl who's very successful, has some degrees and everything, go for guys that's not of that status. But then like, and I was actually talking to
they're very hard to deal with.
Yeah, but so I was talking to a girl, and like she has a master's, she has a good job in the medical field. Like she's in the administrative part of it, and then she actually like runs a clinic, whatever. And she used to say like, oh, I don't like black dudes that got degrees. Like they always act so cocky, like they all that and it's that. I'm like, yo, but. Like, isn't that how like certain girls that feel like they deserve the world act like because like I think I understand like if it's a black dude that he feels like he's successful, he doesn't put up with certain things that
higher standards.
Yeah, like certain dudes are expected to put up with if you don't have that type of stuff. Like you expect them to, and that's what it used to be like. If a girl like I remember just last year, this girl was getting crazy and then she was doing whatever, but she tried to be like, oh, you just can't handle a strong black woman. I'm like, no. I'm like, don't make it that conversation. You're not being you're being extremely difficult and crazy and disrespectful, and you're trying to make it seem like you're being strong. Like that's not what strong is. Like, but how people try to twist conversations to manipulate it to make it seem like, oh, you're weak because you're not dealing with that.
I think women are too used to battling men. They too used to fighting.
When I first started when I first started dating my wife, I remember she used to be like, I got a bachelor's, and I'm like, okay, cool. I never told her I had a bachelor's. She's always like, I got a bachelor's. I said, okay,
that's
cool.
Probably a smart decision.
And then I used to walk to her house. So she had a car, but she didn't know I had a car because I used to walk to her house. I used to park far.
That's what I'm start doing, man.
You gotta hide the paper, man. You gotta make it look like you're a basic guy.
I used to park far because that's that hood stuff where you park far and you just walk.
Yo, this is my address. I'm going there.
so like I used to do that. So she used to just see me walk on foot to her car, and she's like, oh, I got a bachelor's. I said, okay, cool. And one day she's like, what do you do? I told her. She's like, oh, how'd you get that job? I said, oh, I got a bachelor's. She was like,
oh, you're not a basic one. Oh, I got it.
That's funny because that's what happened with the one girl. She was like, and I used to make fun of her too. I was like, oh yeah, because you have a master's, right? And you make it yeah, right? And she's like, you know what? After you was over there. I'm like, I'm just saying, like, because you have a master's, right? That's what happened. I'm like, yeah, like this is like, but it's so funny because like, yeah, she had a master's, a good job, but her ex dude was just public safety and help kids cross the street. So they should take care of most of the bills and the you feel me? And it's like
that's that feminist stuff. Yeah. They want to do everything now.
They want a guy under them so they can control them.
But the crazy thing is after that relationship, then it became like, oh, I want somebody to take care of me because I was take care of someone. I'm like
that's the guilt.
People got too much ego, man.
Nah, it's like when somebody experience something one way, they want to go the complete opposite
to see like,
to the extreme. It's like, yo, you gotta find a middle ground. It's not like
be balanced, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I used to deal with this, and then this happened. I used to buy presents for this ex and he cheated on me, so now I'm never gonna buy a present for no nigga ever again. And it's like,
they punish you, like they punish the next person, like it's not even their fault.
Like, why don't you just buy presents for the guy that's consistent and then you trust it, is that a third, instead of for the guy that
Some guys be ODing, some guys be asking for chains, for cars.
That reminds me of Rickard when he in Lowe's, when I think I was buying my ex-girlfriend an iPod, and Rickard was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "What if she's cheating on you?" I'm like, you gotta live in the moment. Like right now in the moment, she's a good girl. If she's cheating on me, I find out tomorrow, then we deal with that tomorrow. Like, but I do regret buying that iPod though.
Yeah, me.
Nah, she deserved it. She deserved it.
Me, I don't buy women expensive gifts up front. I don't buy women shoes because they say if you buy a woman shoes, she'll walk out your life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Who says that?
I remember hearing that quote one time. I forgot where
that's a one you gotta write down. Like,
if she's long term, then you buy her jewelry. Like you might start with a bracelet, a Pandora bracelet, and you see how long she stays. The longer she stays, the more pieces you add to it. Make her feel special every now and then.
Okay, like you making progress. You making progress.
Yeah, eventually, you might get a watch.
Now, what I learned is that it's all about being consistent, and then be having nice gestures. Like as long as you consistently talking to somebody and giving attention, and then I
don't care what nobody says. Sorry, but my pops told me one thing: a woman just gotta have respect. It's just. I don't care about love that much. I care about respect more than anything, because I don't like those chicken heads that be like, shut up, nigga, blah, blah, blah.
You know what it is? They watching too much of those love and hip hop shows.
Yeah, bro. I don't like that language, though.
They want to live that life so bad.
I don't need a gangster chick like that. That's not. I need somebody about business. Yeah.
I mean, it's most guys, they go after two kind of chicks. I feel like three kind of chicks. There's the ratchet one, the bougie one, and the soft ones. Some guys don't want soft ones because they're too soft. Like you guys remember back in the days.
Yeah.
So it's like, those are the overly emotional ones. You leave them, I'm going to kill myself.
Shoot, those are the ones, I'm not going to lie, I had to lie a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I don't want to hurt her feelings. And
there's the bougie ones that think they so bad, and they be thinking that they too bad for you, and you be with them. You be like, what? Right. Like whatever. And then it'd be like the ghetto ratchet ones, they just be with it, they'll smoke with you, drink with you. Yeah. You gotta take them out once a month.
Those be the fun 3-month date ones.
Yeah.
The bougie ones be the ones that be they're the ones that actually be going through the most, they with the most self-consciousness going on deep inside, because they gotta go through a lot to make sure that they look like they upkept all the time.
And it takes a lot to be bougie.
Yeah, and they normally just to themselves, they probably chasing that one dude that he knows he's not gonna try to commit to her, and then so she just by herself a lot, and she probably going through a lot. And you're looking for that attention, but
I like the bougie ones, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like the bougie ones.
What about you, AJ? You like the bougie, the ghetto,
or soft? What do you want?
Soft ones.
I don't know. They all got positive qualities. They all got negative qualities. Nah, I mean, the ones I've been I guess.
He's I love them all.
The ones I've been attracting, I guess, is the soft ones. I guess that's the ones I've been attracting the most. When I was younger, it used to be the ratchet ones coming around, because that
was when we was popping bottles and stuff.
Yeah, but they would try to get attracted to me when they were trying to change their lives around. Stop being ratchet. They're like, oh yeah, he seemed respectable.
That is a fact.
But then the ratchet side always comes out.
Yeah, it's just weird because some people get into relationships expecting them to change the other person, or for the other person to change them, and it's like, why don't you change yourself first, then get into the situation?
Facts. So work on yourself and realize, when you're messing up on you, you could still be in a relationship. It's just you can't have the ego inside of it. A lot of people be like, yo, if you tell them they slipping up, the ego come back and they just be like, shut up, no, you slipping up, and be like, whoa.
There's a lot of pettiness.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to fight about this. It's not that serious.
You tell somebody something, instead of wanting to all right, take your advice and critiques and improve, but they don't want to do it no more. All right,
they just they don't even want to hear you no more. It's just what are you saying? No.
A lot of people are hypersensitive.
That's communication right there. You need to communicate. And if you really like somebody, you gotta try to improve on the relationship and keep going with.
Y'all about to make me vent. One of the worst things I hated from any girl I was dating was when you said something and she said, "It sounds like this."
Yeah. but I'm telling you this.
I'm not saying that.
Here's my experience from, you know, dating and then engaging with several women,
He's
a lot of women.
Say it in a polite way.
Various different kind of women, and you know, eventually being married. Women will hear you. You can say 100 words, and women will hear 2. And
That's a fact.
They'll stick on that 2 for 30 minutes,
And then let it be bad.
If it's bad, an hour. Sometimes you got a petty woman days.
That's a fact.
And that's what you gotta deal with. The best thing you gotta do is just keep reiterating yourself, saying it over and over and over and over.
That's a lot of patience, though, man. Like.
That's why you gotta find the right one that you're willing to be patient with that with.
Exactly. Is that patience? Is patience and respect?
That's true.
Like,
that's true. Because that's how I look at it. A lot of times it'd be like, you know what, let me not spaz back on her. Because they quick to spaz. They quick to spaz.
Because everything that ever happened to them by every single dude will be taken out on you.
I know. It'd be like, oh.
You're gonna have to.
I've heard my favorite one, you know, my ex used to do something like that. I'm not doing the same thing, though. Like, why you got to bring him up? Why you got to compare the situation? Live in the moment.
You should hit her with the Apostle Paul in the Bible said to compare yourself to someone else is foolish. She would have been like, what?
About to pull out the book.
So you Paul now. So you preaching now, huh?
That's definitely the ratchet chicks. That's the bougie or the ratchet chicks. That's in that category.
Yo, shout out to Eric Jean-Baptiste, man. Since day one, like he's day one. Every week he's here watching the show. Every week he comments.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So shout out to Eric Jean-Baptiste, man.
Tell us what you're interested in, man. Tell us what you like to hear. Tell us what kind of conversations you want to hear.
So, what do you guys think of Black Hollywood making strides right now in the whole entertainment industry? We see Tyler Perry recently built that big studio, and then he sent the video invite to 50 Cent, because 50 Cent's been doing his thing with his executive producing with Power and other shows, and we've seen the success of these other shows. So what you guys think of that?
I like the
Even Irv Gotti got Tales now on BT.
I feel like we're building our own community, you know, our own access to things now. I definitely like, you know, how we're in a direction where we're trying to start our own companies and have our own buildings, and you know, it's a reach. You know, there's always the fear that they might take us down, but what was I seen something where it was like an experiment or something, but it was like, oh, you know, everybody with a dad step forward. Everybody with this amount of money in your family step forward. Everybody with a car step forward. And, you know, black people or the majority was, you know, Spanish, Mexican, black people. They were always behind, so they was like, all right, now start the race. You know, at the end of the day, we still catch up, and I think that's why I feel like if we do, we're catching up again. I feel
we are a resilient group of people.
We are like we start trends.
Yeah, I see like there's like more black movies coming out now too. Like they got this one called Queen and Slim that's coming out with Daniel Kaluuya. He's there's another movie coming out where like there's a black kid with some type of mental health and a teacher. And she's black and everything like that. It's just a thriller that's coming out. It's a bunch of black movies, like black cast, black leads coming out. So I think it's a good space. It's a cool space. We just gotta keep supporting it more and like find ways to like build our own so we can start casting more people, because Hollywood is a weird place. Like and they choose their
it's shady.
And they choose their stars and they choose the people that they want.
I think that's why Tyler Perry's trying to create the Black Hollywood in Atlanta now. I think that's what he's trying to do with that.
He's doing it in Atlanta?
Yeah, that's where his studio is at. So that's the first big black movie studio, and he did it in Atlanta. Because, you know, all the rich blacks are going to Atlanta right now. For some reason, they all going to Atlanta.
It's like a wave. They all went to Miami, now they all going to Atlanta now.
Yeah, facts, you're right. But yeah, man, I feel like what's her name? Erica Duvernay is her name?
Why am I thinking Dubati, no?
Duvernay, that's her
name. Yeah, Duvernay is her last name. she was basically saying that by using film, we're able to show America its own face and show America what they did to our people and show America how even though they did this to our people, we still overcame it. So it's almost like her type of protest to show the world that we can't hide this anymore. These are the things that really, really happened to us. We've been telling you for years, you didn't believe us. Here's the proof and motion picture, hold this. And a lot more people's waking up, I feel like. And I feel like that's a great thing, that a lot of people waking up, even us, you know, us three right here, the people that we've been talking to recently.
Facts,
about
yeah.
business moves that we're doing, and even me waking up early, going to the gym, then me seeing you in the car early, and you brainstorming, ideas, strategizing. That's things that other races been doing, bro. Like, we just now catching up.
I know it's weird how I don't know why it really. It's kind of like, you know, you start to think of things as a whole. You know, I feel like one thing I'm not liking about today, I like the young people. The young people, they taller, faster. They even, you know, they getting knowledge quicker, but they not getting, you know, wisdom. They're not getting the lessons.
They're throwing drugs in the mix. Drugs and alcohol slow them down. And like you said, like, the music is for us. We created every single music ever. Like, you know, and the thing that a lot of people don't know about music, like the drum itself, the drum uses life, it uses the sound of your heartbeat, and it uses nature. Like, the drum is made out of wood. Wood comes from the trees, which is nature. On top of the drum is the skin of the animal. That's what they pull on top and they tie it around like the original drum. And then when you hit it, it vibrates.
You're making life.
Exactly, and it vibrates within your person too and hits your soul. That's why, like, people like, yo, I felt that in my soul.
That's facts. That's what Kanye used to. Well, Kanye still got some beats like that, but Kanye used to definitely have those beats.
And what on you beats and doesn't stop beating?
True.
Your heart, right?
And it's consistent. It's a repetition.
It's like a beat of a drum.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one thing I don't like about what they do in the music too. You know, they no longer. It doesn't feel like soulful music. It just feels like they're just playing with it like it's a toy.
We got the talent, but they own the business. Speaking of that, shout out to Jay-Z, Pastor Duce.
Yeah.
He just he just did the that was smooth, right? He just did the deal with Meek Mill. Meek Mill has his own label now under Rock Nation, right?
Oh.
And then he's off of probation also. He's a free man. A lot of people are saying that he got off of probation as soon as he signed on the dotted line with Jay-Z. He signed the oath.
When you got that type of connection, man.
And then you see him in the picture with Robert Kraft and then the owner of the Sixers and Jay-Z. It's like you in the picture with like 3 billionaires. There's like 30 billion in the room.
And you there with your like 30 million, like, all right, let me just, you know, sign this contract, guys, real quick. Let me talk to you guys. But, you know, that's a lot of things. They say, you know, a lot of your success depends on the people around you. So,
of course,
if you try to be around people who are looking for success, you're going to be successful too.
That positive energy and then networking.
Facts.
You never know where the next person next to you gonna be at 5-10 years from now.
The crazy part is, the owner of the Sixers, he was a millionaire since he was in his 20s. He owned his first business, he said, at 13, because obviously
they get the head start.
He's Jewish, so his dad let him use the garage as his store, and then he would sell ski equipment. So when he sold ski equipment to, like, he was like, yo, most of the people who ski got money.
At 13.
So he was like, yo, I could just buy broken skates, fix them, and then sell them back. So that's what he would do until he got money. Then some other guy was going out of business, like, yo, I'll sell you my whole inventory. He bought the whole guy's inventory, and then he went into bankruptcy. He was about to go broke. He borrowed another, I think, $20,000 from his dad, and then he ended up selling the ski inventory. I think he bought like $50,000 worth of merchandise for $10,000, which he got from his dad. And then he sold it back, I think, for like $50,000.
Flipped it.
So then he made the money again, and then he started flipping it, and then he's a billionaire now.
Hustling is really how you survive. That's one thing you can't teach. Well, I got a personal question for y'all. Yeah. This is probably my last real question for y'all. How do we raise the kids? Are we supposed to be more strict? Because, you know, like you said, he's 13 and he's already thinking about selling. You know, at 13, we were playing football, video games, like. In my head, I'm trying to decipher between, you know, raising Emily and raising future kids. It's kind of like, am I supposed to be more strict on them or let them play and have, you know, fun? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, cause like my parents was strict. That's the thing. Like, and when we still was able to sneak out and do things around, but like I think with those kids, they just have better resources of like or like access to certain things. Cause I'm pretty sure their schools they had those technologies or those teachers that would speak about certain things, or even the kids that like, oh yeah, my dad does this, or like I'm just around this, that. It's just about what's
around them,
you know, and then what you get to learn, what you see. But like nowadays. And in the future, it's going to be different because the kid's going to have access to that on YouTube and everything. Like, when I go on YouTube, like, now, I already learned how to do investing and selling houses and stuff, like, right on the internet.
Yeah, the
like,
information is right there for them.
So, like, these kids, like, they could be in the house learning that stuff. So, it's just about them, like, you just got to encourage them to, like, do what they want to, like, if they have that passion for something, you say, all right, yo, they actually pretty good at that. Let me, like, encourage them to do it. You don't got to force them or push them. But you like, oh, you know, like you like to play football or basketball, like, you know, hey, keep going, like you just gotta give it your all, like you have to instill good qualities in them, like they're the type of kid that likes to quit all the time. Then it's like, all right, you know,
good
like
values.
Yeah. So
okay.
you gotta be like, oh, all right, he likes to quit too much. Like, so many find something that he's not gonna just give up that easily, or the son he's gonna persevere in, or teach him to overcome this, so he can learn, he can overcome anything in the future and not just give up. And if it's a kid that likes to work hard, like, all right, cool, I see he likes to work hard. Like let's see what he's passionate about, so he could just focus on that, and then you go from there. It's like that.
My friend Rohan, his daughter, shout out to Rohan. I was gonna give him a shout out in his the Black Elephant movement, you know.
Shout out to Rohan.
Yeah, shout out. So his daughter was being raised by the mother for a while, and she was doing bad in school. So he was like, nah, he couldn't take it no more. Even though they're not on that good of terms, he was like, let me get her for a while. Bro, I see her in the gym running laps now, and he's doing that military type training. Like, why are you walking? Keep running. Why are you giving up? And I'm like, that's what I feel like a lot of our kids need nowadays, but they got a lot of parents so lazy to do it.
That and sometimes the parents are just so busy.
Yeah, so busy.
Like especially like nowadays where like you gotta work a lot just to get by and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, they're taking away a lot of our time.
But they
travel,
don't
money, responsibilities. Like myself, like last time, like I always tell him, but I don't think he understands. Like right now, he has a bunk bed, and then he has 2 big buckets of toys. He has like 2 tablets and an iPad.
Way better than us.
And an iPad. Like, and when he want to search for things, if he can't spell it, he just press the mic button and he just speaks it, and then it searches it for him. And I'm like, yo, like, you're spoiled. Like, you living too good. Like, that's why you act like that. And then he was like, he just looks at me like he doesn't understand. But even his school, like, he goes to Success Academy. He goes to a charter school, and they run that charter school like a private school. And it has made him very intelligent. Like, he's already doing math. He's doing multiplication in kindergarten.
So like, multiplication in kindergarten?
Yeah, that's like great. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Like, he's doing all that. He even knows word problems. If you come into him like, if I had 10 apples and I gave you 5, how much I got left? Like, because uncle did that to him last week, and he was good with it. And he was like, wow, this kid is smart. And I'm like, yeah, like, so it's like, because they're smart, they want more freedom to do more things. And it's like, you want to discipline them, but you don't want to stagnate their growth at the same time. Because you see all the kids that were free thinkers became billionaires, basically.
That's true.
And our age, like 20-year-olds was becoming billionaires. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. So it's like it's like you don't want to hinder their growth, but you want to put some kind of discipline, because if you don't discipline them, then that could lead to self-destruction. Like, they think that they're so smart, like you're that they smarter than you or God. And this,
they definitely try to challenge your sense of smart, because they think because they have Google,
that they smarter. But it's like perfect example is my youth, right? Like, my youth is made out of a lot of different kids from different backgrounds, from different houses, right? So I always try to mix in the religion with real life. I call it the real word.
Fact. I hope y'all caught that.
So I was telling them, like, yo, we keep reading in the lesson about not treating people bad and being more like God and to not oppress the poor. So what can we do? They was like, oh, we can feed the homeless. I said, all right, so next week, y'all gonna feed the homeless. I see you guys next week. They was like, huh? I was like, all right, you bring peanut butter, you bring jelly, you bring bread, you bring this. We're gonna feed the homeless.
Tell them it'll be on Instagram. I put money, they gonna do it.
No, they did it. We did it on Saturday, so they all came. I was surprised. Like, they brought supplies. They took their initiative and made the sandwiches, and then we all got into the church van and we pulled up to the shelter. When we pulled up to the shelter, they looked at those people. They didn't want to get out the van. I was like, I gotta get out. They were like, oh my God, why do they look like that? I said, this is a MICA shelter, mentally ill and chemically addicted. Because if you either mentally ill or if you abuse drugs or if you act like you're mentally ill and you lazy, you're gonna end up right here. And then they looked at these guys and they were scared. Like they was like, oh damn, like. And I was like, nah, y'all want to feed the homeless? Feed the homeless. And then after we was done, like I gathered them all around, said, how did this experience felt? They was like, yo, this opened our eyes. It was life changing to see how people live like this. I said, yeah, these people live under the 200% poverty level. People tell them when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to get out their bed, and the people give them food, and the government spoon feeds them. Like, this is what is going to happen if you don't get your life together. And it was like, and us helping them, like that's what Christians are supposed to do, uplift and help other people, not look down upon them like ill and just move out their way. Like like help them out, because this could be you too. You never know.
That's a fact, and that's just how people should treat each other, man.
Of course, the basic treat others like you would like to be treated.
And people don't know that.
Nah, not at all.
It's simple. So we closing up. 5 more minutes. Any last things y'all guys want to discuss?
How we gonna beat all this pain though, man? Because I think it was I think you probably know about it. There was this experiment where the guy was trying to find out how much he could control people through like torture and pain, and
it sounds like the Russians.
Yeah, the experiment was he's on the phone, he's telling one guy to keep pressing a button to torture another guy, and it's like a chain of torture which they're doing. Wow. So basically, he's telling the supervisor, you know, press this button, torture the employee or the guy in the office. The guy's getting tortured. He's like, and the experiment was saying that, you know, this guy, the supervisor, doesn't feel like it's really his fault because, you know, he's being told what to do by somebody else.
That happened at my job one time, right? I can't. Okay, we work under a government entity. I can't say the name of the government entity on camera.
Okay.
The government entity has subcontractors, which are non-for-profits that does the job that the government don't want to do, but the government gives them funding to do that job.
Okay.
So within
they pay them to do the dirty work.
Exactly, but they're oversight, which means they pay you so they make sure you do the job. Like, I'm giving you this money, make sure you do the job. So now the company has the money.
Sounds a lot like some gangster stuff.
So now the company has the money. The company has to put people in place to make sure that they do the work. So the person on top, the person that started, they get the most money. They CEO, I guess. Then comes the directors, then the
regional presidents,
then the local directors, facility directors, and then comes the director. So the director goes, oh, the government entity is asking me for this paper. Where's the paperwork? Okay, they go to the next director. Hey, they asked me for this paperwork. Where is it? Okay, they go to the supervisor. Hey, where's the paperwork? You making me look bad. The supervisor's like, oh man. The supervisor goes to the worker. Hey, what's the paperwork? You messing up. Stop messing up. You're making me look bad. Hurry up. This and that.
Like, that's how they control us. The chain of torture.
You know what's crazy? Like, I see what you're talking about. Like, I was watching this channel on YouTube called Wisecrack, and like they always do the philosophy of like series. And one of the philosophy episodes they did was of the show called The Office, and like people love The Office. So they was talking about like how like that's like a show that talks about meaningless work.
I never got that deep into it, but
I never got either. But like I realized why. So I was watching that show, and it's like, and I don't think it's everybody, but like most people that like love that show, watch that show, are people that can relate to that show. Like they're working meaningless jobs themselves.
I watch Suits just because I like Suits.
And it's like, so like basically that's how it is. Like the boss, like he's there. And he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's just basically trying to have a family. So he's making the coworkers his extended family, like his children. And you got the people there, like the girl that's there, and she doesn't mind if she ever got the dude. He doesn't mind if he ever got fired, because you know what he doing does not matter. And then like
he feels like he don't change the world anyway. So.
And he's showing that the hierarchy, like exactly, like he's showing the hierarchy of like. There's a boss that's telling
shout out to the real word.
Yeah, you know the supervisor that like you know when you're at a job and there's like not much to do, and like it's like most of the job is like you making up stuff to do on a job. And that's what I have to do at Daffy's, because even if you got a job and you do they teach you, if you do your work too fast, then you're doing a bad job. Damn. You got to learn how to spread the work out throughout the 8 hours.
Because every
8-hour job can be done in like 4 or 5 hours. but you have to find a way to make it last 8
Yeah,
hours. They say like exactly.
And if you're not gonna do work, don't do it in front of a camera.
They said like then they didn't have those coworkers. You know those coworkers that always finish their work so fast that they do your work and somebody else's work, and
those are the guys that went to jail and came back home and don't know what to do with themselves.
It could be, but like they even said that sometimes that's bad too, because if you're doing too much work, they try to get rid of you because like it's like you're kind of breaking the system, and then because like it's only a certain amount of work.
You're taking work from everyone else. Like you're too effective.
And then so they got the bosses. Sometimes they have to invent the work for the workers to do. That way they can have something to evaluate you on. Sure. So they can feel like they're doing something.
Pick up those boxes. And put them in the back. Lowe's, right? Pick up those boxes. Move those boxes from this side to that
what's
side.
Her name? Chocolate.
Like it's a crazy thing. If you watch it, you be like, yo, this is literally how like these bureaucracies work. And it's like the way people find happiness is either you end up quitting that job to find something better, or you end up like are you dying or whatever. Or like for women, it's like either you end up getting married and having the guy take care of you, whatever.
For us, luckily, bankruptcy.
Yeah, and that's why you'll meet a lot of shooters that's looking for that person that will just take care of them and bring them to a better life, because they want to leave that job that's like.
It's more misery. It's that torture thing,
and that's what it is. Like a lot of work is just misery, and
there's a lot of girls waiting for that. They're on the bench.
They're looking for a superhero and a hero.
And a lot of dudes that just lost that they just doing that job like it's just a check, and it's like damn, like but if I got fired, I don't even care because I hate it here. But they're not gonna just leave.
They don't want to get fired.
So it's like damn. And that's how it is. And like those supervisors, they know that what they do is meaningless, but they just gotta keep making up work to make it seem like they're doing something.
It's like you're a machine. Like you just go back and forth, do the same thing every night. Like damn. And that's why there's so much drama at work and there's different personalities, because there's not much work to do. So after a while, you just be encompassed in each other. Like that's why
it's like a bored kid. There's nothing.
That's why when that young person with ambition comes in, they all hate them.
They be like, yo, you got way too much energy.
Yeah. Every person think he is like,
way too alive.
And that person ends up moving on anyway to a different job, and they be like, oh yeah, good,
good riddance.
We taught him. One time it was a kid at Lowe's that years after Lowe's, and I guess my life changed. I came into Lowe's. He was like, yo, bro, I keep seeing you on Instagram and on Facebook, bro. Stop winning, bro. You're making me feel bad. He's like, you're making me feel bad about myself. Bro, come back here and work here. Come back here and work here.
That's real.
And I'm like, wow. And he was like, man, it's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Ego, son.
It's crazy, bro. He's like, I don't know how you did it.
That's
and like some people will leave those comments under your pictures on Facebook and Instagram. They're like, damn, bro, I remember back in the days we was at Lowe's together. Bro, I don't know how you did it, bro. I don't know how.
I just kept going, trying to get more. Like,
people just don't have the knowledge. Like, even when I tell people where I work now, they be like, yo, how'd you get that job? I'm like, yo, you just have to literally just apply. You saying apply, but still, how did you? No, like you qualify.
It's a job like everything else.
Yeah, but they just don't have the knowledge, or they already have that mindset like I can't do that. Like like this,
they just quit before they even start.
Like they feel like they don't have a chance. Like
but that's why they say that it's the bottom that's crowded, the top is empty.
True.
That's why I call them the 1%, because out of 100% of the people on Earth, only 1% chose to be like, nah, I'm not gonna be like the 99%. I'm gonna be the 1%. I'm gonna be the millionaires and billionaires. Like it's crowded at the bottom, literally.
We need to make it crowded at the top, man.
You go to the welfare office, crowded. You go to church, crowded. You go almost everywhere where like they got.
Don't let them say free food or something. It's gonna be crowded.
It's crowded. But then when you go to rich people places, it's empty and it's quiet. Like people just chilling. Like okay.
Yeah, man. It's like because peace is how you really get to evolve, with those quiet times in the morning. Those are the times where you get to evolve. That's why, the projects are full of people who can't really evolve because it's too much noise. Yeah.
Too much noise.
Too crowded. Like
it's too much vibrations on a low frequency.
Facts. I feel like, I went to Jamaica recently to see my dad. I'm watching him plant, and I took plants as, he was saying, like, you got to give each plant enough space to grow. And I'm like, that's like humans. You need space.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, you need to water your positive ideas. You need to keep watering it, because if you keep telling yourself you're going to lose, guess what's going to blossom? You're going to lose. You got to give yourself some positivity, but... all the drama on social media, all the negativity, they keep pushing all this negative news over and over. They don't want you to feel positive. It's self-torture.
And even if it's something positive, you don't pay attention to it, you ignore it. Put that thing that's negative.
And people hate you for
more entertainment.
Yeah, people become jealous.
Closing thoughts, guys?
Stay positive, you know. Plant the positive seed.
Yeah, definitely, you know, stay positive, keep an open mind, learn as much as you can, communicate with people, and just be good people.
Facts. Connect.
Facts. So shout out to everybody that's been watching, shout out to everybody that's been supporting, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight and that's watching us on replay on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or on the Brick Network. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for helping us to get this far by supporting us. Shout out to our website, www.therealwordministriesinc.org. That's therealwordministriesinc.org. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Let's close out with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for helping us to come together as brothers. We thank you for blessing us with all of those things that you have bestowed upon us. We thank you for allowing us to get this far. And we thank you for helping us to get this platform so we can show the world a better way. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen.
Amen.
So, guys, good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, next week.
Now we should show up tomorrow. We coming back tomorrow?
Nah, I got class tomorrow.